Hello, everyone. This is Michelle, and I'm here to do your June 2021 tarot reading. Before we start, though, I have a few announcements to make, some news. And the first is that this summer I am offering readings to my viewers. So, starting in June, I will select names for two winners. Okay, so this will be like a lottery giveaway, and the two winners will receive an astrology reading with tarot. If you like, we can pull some tarot cards too. This is a free reading in that there will not be a monetary exchange. However, the work that I do on your chart will help me towards NCGR Professional Astrologer certification. So there will be an energy exchange in that sense, which I think is important and good. If you're interested in a reading, you can send me an email at oldworldmystics@gmail.com. There's the email. For this giveaway, we will need the date, time, and location of your birth in order to set up a chart. And then if you're selected, I will ask for some background information and a focus question. In the subject line of the email, you can just write astrology giveaway, and that way I'll know the email is coming from you and that you are interested in a reading. I will select the winners in June, and then I will contact you with more information about how we can get together online. And the other quick announcement is just about these new cards that I hope to bring in for July. Okay, so that's my plan. What an interesting deck, the Tarocchino Bolognese from 1660. And based on the research that I did on this actually could be one of the very first decks used in cartomancy. Very interesting tarot deck. It actually has only, I believe, 62 cards in it. So this should be something fun and interesting. And actually, even another deck that I have here, this little deck is the Tarot Florentino Minchiade. Now, I know that I'm probably not pronouncing that correctly. But I'm doing my best, okay? Minchiade, all right? So this should be interesting too. We'll see if we can bring these in, one of these two decks, and that should be some fun for us. Okay, all right, so those are the announcements for June, and let's go ahead and get started with your reading. For my Sagittarius friends, okay, this is for Sagittarius. Let's go ahead and take a look at the cards for Sagittarius. Okay, well, we'll take that. On the bottom of the deck, the 10 of Pentacles. All right, so perhaps a big conclusion is perhaps going to occur in the month of June. Let's hold off. We'll just kind of keep that in mind. Let's pull a few cards. 5 of Pentacles. All right, interesting. The King of Wands. All right, so that could be, well, it's you, but not in a position that would typically be you. Let's keep going. King of Swords. All right, that's interesting too. And 10 of Wands. All right, and then that 10 also at the bottom of the deck. Wow, okay, I'm just going to pull that 10 out actually because I think it's actually so important. I'm going to put it there. And wow, the death card right underneath it. Let's go with that too. You know, we could just keep going, right? We could just keep reading the whole deck. You can actually do that. It's a really interesting exercise. But the reason, of course, that I'm pulling the death card out and just focusing on these tens is the lunar and solar eclipse. The total lunar eclipse was in 5 degrees of Sagittarius. So especially if you have planets close to 5 degrees. And then the The solar eclipse will be on June 10th. All right, so right around the corner at 19 degrees of Gemini. So do you have anything at 19 degrees of Gemini or Sagittarius? Okay, so we're looking at really either 5 degrees or 19 degrees in either sign that axis. It could be quite significant for you. The Death card suggesting change. The Five of Pentacles suggesting change as well. And, in the Rider-Waite deck, of course, it's a little ominous, but let's just put aside the image for a minute and let's not buy completely into that image yet, because what I am picking up is just the sensation of big change for Sagittarius. We're going to pull some more cards, but I'm going to say off the bat that I think that although the change could be difficult, because change just is, okay? It just feels better to have everything stable, typically. But Sagittarius, you're a mutable sign, and you can handle the change better than, a lot of the other signs. Let's put it that way. I think that even if the change is a little tricky, I'm hearing the word tricky for some reason, if it's a little tricky to get through it, I think that it's coming about because of all the work you've done to make an important achievement. And so the change, I feel, is going to be very, very positive in the long run. That's not typically really consistent with eclipse type readings, but I'm just keeping in mind the idea that it's the change part that's difficult to get through, but once you're through it and onto the other side, things can look much, much better and brighter. And based on these cards, I think that things are going to be much better. Look at this Knight of Pentacles absolutely backing up that reading about the Ten of Wands. You have been preparing. For those of you resonating with this reading, it is showing a great deal of preparation. You have been getting ready. The change is coming about. And so I'm really sensing, well, look at this. Good for you. That's what I was going to say. Good for you. Here it is. The change is coming, and it is going to bring in blessings. Is it going to be 100% easy breezy? Maybe not, but again, just going back, I'm being a little repetitive, but I just want to repeat the idea that it's just not easy to change things up for people. That's just sort of a natural kind of response, I want to say. But once you get through it, boy, the blessings are coming in. I think the preparation that you've done is also going to make it much, much easier. For some of you, I think that you could be asking something along these lines. How am I going to be able to just stick this out? Okay, or how much longer? How much longer do I need to stick this thing out? Well, the tarot is suggesting for many of you that things are going to change up very, very soon. Look at this. Oh my goodness. It's almost like the words are coming out of my mouth. I flip the card around. There is the message repeated again. Really strong confirmation coming in for you, Sagittarius. I have to say, this is all about full circle completion. And this is about also accomplishment and gaining some control over life. Of course, we can't control everything, but the world is suggesting that you have done everything possible to make sure that you can get through this transition in the most positive way possible. A lot of contemplation coming in, a lot of thought coming in with this Two of Swords. All right, perhaps a little bit of concern as well about moving forward with the 5. Okay, so we see, but again, completely understandable under the circumstances. Now, Five of Cups coming in at the end, also suggestive of change. And I want to say perhaps I'm going to put it two ways. One is perhaps a little bit of reluctance to move forward. All right. Perhaps some time is needed for a little bit of reflection on what has occurred, and I don't think that is a bad thing at all. I mean, if a little bit of reflection is needed and helps you, then I think you should take the time to do the reflection. But that is also knowing that when you turn around, there is going to be this brand new path that is going to lead you into a much brighter and more positive future. Blessings all around. Sagittarius, wow. This is a really, I have to say, it's a pretty intense reading. It looks like for some of you, and going back to those eclipses at the beginning of the reading, that some of you are undergoing some really, really big changes in life. And I want to say, based on this reading, I just got a message for you as well. I wanted to say, based on this reading, that the changes are going to work out very positively indeed. And I want to say the message just coming in is that Spirit is with you. Spirit is with you through this entire experience. And so if ever need be, you can stop, either pray or meditate, perhaps do some journaling or artwork, however you connect, go into nature, however you connect with Spirit, and just, drink that in and feel the support, because it's there for you. Absolutely beautiful. And this is interesting too. Your Divine Doors card for the end of your reading is a very spiritual card. Of course, the 3 windows here and the number 3, a very spiritual number, the turquoise colors and lapis, the sense of going into a holy space potentially. Let's take a look at your message, and it is 3-eyed raven. As sunrise hits upon the dew, a messenger raven calls out with news. Prepare for the unexpected. Okay, so that is exciting, Sagittarius. Prepare for the unexpected, and a very positive message coming through. I think that you are going to come out of this just absolutely beautifully. I'm so glad to see these cards for you. All right, Sagittarius, that's your reading for June 2021. It is a pleasure and a privilege to read for you, as always, and I'll see you next time.